Good morning, you guys. Today is Sunday, November the 1st of 2020, and today's message is Count It All Joy. So today I was meditating and reading through the entire chapter of James 1 in the Bible. And in the Bible it says, count it all as joy. You may have, I don't know why this theme of weeping in a particular season is just super high for me every time I record a video, but it comes off first, right? And you may have wept in this season or in this previous season. You may have had some setbacks, and you may have even given up at a certain point within a season and said, this isn't for me, and just everything. And this was a trying season, this was a trying year, to say the least. But if you are still here, you are still breathing, and this video has found you, I thank you for even taking the time out to watch it. Of all the millions of YouTubers, you took the time out to watch this video, so thank you so much. But needless to say, count it all as joy. There's no way that you are watching this video, you just wept, and there isn't a blessing on the other side. You have it. It is this much closer. And I come to say there have been many seasons up into including this season that I've wept. I didn't think that there was never going to be another day for me to even come to you and even give you any type of messages that has been sent to me, or just strictly messages that I've seen while driving or on billboards, or just things that have resonated with me mostly. And now that I am at a point in my life, whereas regardless of how my hair looks, regardless of how my nails, whatever, everything looks, I'm still going to come on here and be obedient and share what the downloads that are coming on to me, to encourage and inspire someone who may be going through a season of feeling like they're not worthy, feeling like they want to give up, feeling like they're not beautiful, So I come to encourage you to say, feeling like they're on the verge of losing everything and going through a season of losing everything, and asking God, like, will I get through this? And the answer is yes, 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 and yes. Like, I went through a bankruptcy personally, and I didn't think for 1,000,001 years I was going to get through that season. I wasn't going to get my own place. I wasn't going to get another car. I didn't think that I was going to get another job. When you're going through this season, you're crying and you're inundated with emotions and you cannot control them. And then when you're on the other side of all of those tears, you're like, oh, really? I can really talk about this? And I don't shed a tear. There are times where as though I still shed tears, because I personally cannot believe that God seen me through those seasons. People helped me collectively. They helped me, and they were patient with me. So I now have the t-shirts. I've worn those t-shirts to be able to come to you and say that you may have a foreclosure on your home. You may be behind on bills. Those collectors may be calling you because you may have gotten laid off from a job due to COVID. You may have lost your job due to COVID. You just may have been around some toxic people at your job, and just a lot, family members, like it just may be a lot of toxicity that may be surrounding you, and it was too overwhelming. I tell you to take it to God. Like, I cannot stress the importance of taking your problems to God. If I would have taken that information that was told to me by so many women and males all over the world, just take it to God. While you're going through the season, you don't want to hear that, but that's what you have to do. Take it to God, and put some action behind what you take to God, and He will see it too. Like, He will see it too, that it comes through, and that's a promise. I cannot take credit for nothing that I've I've overcome or overcame. Like, I cannot take credit for anything. And I won't. I just won't. Because God literally humbled me, stripped everything from me, took me to ground zero, and literally built me back up piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. And I'm still not perfect, but I'm still getting there. I'm perfect in his image, and I had to stop, even speaking that over my life. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I am perfect in his image. You are perfect in his image, and your children are perfect in his image. Your spouses, they're perfect in his image. Your friends may not understand why you're dating that person. That's your business. Like, that's your business. They may not understand why you're going this path. They may not understand any of that, but they're not the people who you bow down to and you go crying to in private when things are rough. Like I said, you may be going through a tumultuous season as far as, just bills are tight. You may not have the money this holiday. You may not have the money this holiday to give this extraordinary, I keep hitting the door handle, my apologies. But to give this extraordinary, host this extraordinary Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner. As long as you have heat on that stove and some food to make sandwiches, honey, that's your Thanksgiving. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to celebrate the same seasons when everyone else is celebrating, right? Because while you're weeping in this season, you're not going to get other people to weep with you, when you're clapping in your happier seasons, not everybody is going to clap with you. So that's perfectly fine. I just want you to keep your head held high. And I do not want you to give up, because weeping endureth for an evening, but joy comes in the morning. So don't forget to count it all as joy. Count the tears. Count the days that you went to the store and your card declined. Count that, because there will be a day where, as though you go into a store and those cards will continually come out as approved, approved, approved. Please remove your card. Approved, approved, approved. So when those days come, be grateful for the days that it's saying decline, and be grateful for the days that it'll say approved. Because there was a time post bankruptcy where, though I was applying for a car, and they were like, no, 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 no. And I was like this close to giving up. And my best friend, she recommended me to another dealership. And this dealership within minutes approved me. So had I not humbled myself and asked for assistance, I would have given up and would have, at this point, I would have really been approved for a vehicle. But during the season when I was getting back on my feet, it was very hard for me to get approved for a vehicle, And I am just at a point whereas, you just have to continue to be you. Don't give up who you are. Don't lose the essence in who you are to appease the likes of others. People may not understand you. People didn't understand me. Well, why would you quit your job? You don't have, people had the naysayers. They was coming from the left, the right, forward, backwards. People cut you off because you no longer had an association to that employer. Like, people just said what they said, did what they did, but I moved how I moved. Like, I did, and I did it unapologetically. I ask you to do the same thing, because your journey, your season, your walk, your journey is not the same as the person to the left, not the same as the person to your right, the front or the back of you. Even if you have an identical twin, it is not the same. So don't allow your journey to be cultivated by by the approval of somebody, or what someone else say to you. Prime example, a few weeks ago, a person told me I was unstable, and I immediately, generally I'll stay quiet and I won't say anything. But in this season, I said in that exact moment, I said, I'm not unstable. You just don't understand my transition. And I said it in the most poised way, in the most, professional way. Like, you don't understand You don't understand what, was promised to me. You just walked in on a chapter that that may be in the drafted section, and you probably see it from the editing, the editing standpoint, and that's okay. Like, but I didn't let that drown me and make me give up and be like, no, and start questioning God. I'm not doing it, because I know what was promised to me. I know what I pray on, and I know what I actively put into action to get to where I need to be. And that's all that matters. As long as you know this, that is all that matters, you guys. So count it all as joy. Every single thing you go through, journal those things, because that's a part of your testimony. My testimony is not the same as everyone else. People will, like I said, talk they ish, but they won't say it to my face. So that's all that matters. It's like, by the time you hear what I've gone through, it's the past. And now by the time you catch up to what I've gone through, I may be, I humbly say that. So for every person who's speaking ill on your name, I rebuke all of that. I rebuke all of that, and I replace it with people who are speaking highly of your name. I replace that with employers who have your name in boardrooms and conference rooms and are about to call you and offer you that employment opportunity. I speak life over those investors who did not give you any type of reaction during your pitch, but they are combining a plan together in this moment to call you when you find this video, to call you to offer those investment strategies. I pray and I rebuke any person on this particular channel right now who is doubting their plan, that book that you need to write, that podcast that you need to start, that clothing line that you need to begin, that motivational channel that you need to start, any naysaying in your mind, anybody who has told you that you're not worth anything or anything, I rebuke all of that, and I replace that with infinite and a bunch of overflowing thoughts of, I can do this, I will do this, I must do this, I will accomplish this, and this will come into fruition, you guys. Don't let them people tell you what you cannot do. I'm not one to do it, so don't let anybody else tell you what you cannot do, you guys. So remember to count it all as joy. I hope you guys stay empowered, inspired, encouraged, illuminated, enlightened, and uplifted. It is November 1st of 2020. Just know to count it all as joy. We are, number one, means new beginnings. So I want you guys to count this day as joy. Start over from scratch and bring out a brand new pen and a piece of paper. And I want you guys to start over from scratch and write those dreams down again. And I pray that one day we are all sitting on a panel and you tell me how this video inspired you to go ahead and bring out those dreams so it can be on big platforms everywhere across the world. I love you guys, and I hope you have a phenomenal November and have a phenomenal upcoming week. Have a great day. Love you.